Good morning, everyone. I hope you've settled in and got something to eat. Everybody good? Awesome. Well, we're going to see if this will move slides. It says no. Maybe, gentlemen in the back, you want to help me out? Hmm. Well, while they work on that for me. So I have the privilege of being the AI transformation leader for KPMG in the US. And what that does is afford me an opportunity to meet with our clients from all over the world. And recently, as Pete mentioned, we were just in Utah at the KPMG symposium. And that symposium was focused not only on AI, but on quantum and space. And so, what it showed me is that our moment is now, that this room, the work that you're doing, is so impactful for the future of the enterprise. And there are really important things that we're bringing to the table in the session today to talk about. The first one is trust and what's necessary for trust in an organization, and how trust is really the core element required, particularly in a time of AI, for you to move fast, for you to innovate, and for you to create incremental value for your organizations and for your people. The second thing is scale. Everyone, if I reflect on, Pete noted that we were here at CES in January. In January, it was about what are we going to do with AI? How are we expanding? Maybe AI is going into the physical. Fast forward to today, AI has permeated every organization, every part of organizations. Thank you. Oh, there we go. And is critical to the strategy of every single client. What we heard in our KPMG poll survey, 65% of organizations hold their CEOs accountable for their AI strategy and for realization of value. The difference between those organizations that are leading and moving away from the pack can be clearly heard in the articulation of the value and focus by their C-suite. It's that important. AI is moving from being something that everyone is dabbling in to scale and seeing how AI is integrated into the strategies of the entire organization. We are at the pivot. Now, with that pivot, there is a true realization that AI transformation cannot actually come to pass without transforming the humans that are impacted. It means work is changing, is being redefined. It means how career architectures are structured is being redefined. It means the traditional organizational boundaries and structures that were in place based on the limits of human capacity are being redefined. Over the course of today, you're going to hear from leaders talking about how they're addressing those very real changes, how they're embarking on very pragmatic actions to realize those strategies. I hope you're ready to take notes. The other thing that I would like to highlight for you is that, and Pete referenced some of the my colleagues at OpenAI would talk about the exceptional behavior of some of their models during testing. But what's important to reflect upon is that this technology is moving so fast that trust is expanding in terms of its definition. It's not just cyber. It's not just governance. It's not just resilience. It's all that and more. And understanding what's necessary to build trust into your organization at every level is going to be paramount. We've talked a lot about having humans in the loop, humans on the loop. But what does that really mean as you transform work? How are you getting your organization positioned to really optimize the value that's available and do it in a way where the governance processes are modern, advanced, and adaptable, and prepared to support you as the technology evolves? You'll hear about that today. The other thing that I think is really important when we talk about scale is to understand how to do that in a way that it does not disrupt in a negative way the value streams that you're already generating in your organizations. Truly thinking about the approach, what's necessary, what can be done in parallel, what things need to follow what. Getting these things right at a time when the technology is moving so quickly are pivotal to success. I'm excited for the speakers you're going to hear on the panel that follows me. You're going to hear about the things they've done that are successful, the things they've done upon reflection, and maybe that reflection is from 2 months ago. They might rethink. I hope you're ready to take notes. The next thing that I think is really important is the human element. When we were in Utah, and even before that, when the team was out in Vivatech in Paris, you're hearing this growing understanding of what's necessary to move the humans along with the technology. We just conducted a study with the University of Texas that was published in the Harvard Business Review. You're going to hear from Anu later. She led that research, so feel free to stop her. She'll be excited to talk about it. But what's really interesting is that we were able to understand those things that are observable, trainable, and that can be measured, that demonstrate who's an amplifier, meaning who in your organization is poised to take the skills that they have and apply it to the AI to actually get the AI to outperform. Our study of over 523 professionals identified that 50% of the people were able to do that. But 50% of them, the other 50%, were split between people who just delegated work to AI, did not know how to leverage the technology, and then 24% of them were what we call apprentices, people who had the same skills as those who were amplifiers, but did not understand how to engage with the AI appropriately. So same skill-based, very different outcomes. And in fact, the apprentices degraded the AI. We looked at this research and also increased the capability of the AI that those participating in the study had access to. And while the baseline of the output continued to elevate with AI, the actual effect of the humans using the AI continued to persist. So what we know is true is that as the technology continues to advance, the work that has to happen with people for you to actually get to that value has to have intention, has to be in the flow of work, and has to focus on teaching people how to get the most from the AI, not just in the base skills or the core skills. Again, good news is it's trainable. The challenge is it requires a shift in your approach. Lastly, I was personally very inspired by the fact that what I heard from enterprise, and I'm going to use the word enterprise loosely, is how AI is transforming from nonprofit work to government and state and local work to corporations, how startups are evolving, emerging, and blending, and how the ecosystem is going to continue to evolve. There isn't one sector that is opting out of this moment. It's revolutionary. And you're going to hear today also from another leader that's going to speak, who's going to talk about how AI is being used and what I like to coin for good. But what's key in that conversation when you hear from Susan is that AI is revolutionizing every aspect of work in every industry. This is the moment. It's such an exciting time to be a leader, such an exciting time to be responsible for the investment of your organizations to move the needle forward. So I hope that you're ready. I hope that you have your pens or your devices ready to take notes, because this is going to be a day jam-packed full of information that you can use to take back and move your organizations forward so that you can be a leader and move from the pack. All right, Tian, with that, let's get it going.
Woohoo! Thank you so much, Rahsaan.